Welcome here to TalkFCB and welcome to the first game of the brand new season because Barcelona here are kicking off their pre-season with a friendly at Estadi Johan Cruyff. It's Barcelona against Gimnastic De Tarragona, a fellow Catalonian side playing their football right now in the third tier of Spanish football in Segunda B. And this game will be Ronald Koeman's first ever game in charge of Barcelona. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about 6 things that we're going to be looking out for and seeing if we can get early on some fascinating insights. It's all coming up in today's video. The season starts right here. Kickoff will be coming to us on Saturday at 7 p.m. local time, like I say, from the Barcelona B Stadium, Estadi Johan Cruyff. And here, guys, are the times right around the world, so you can get involved right here with our first pre-season game. The match will be shown live on Barça TV+. Barcelona will be lining up there in their Señera kit, but I'll also be posting some links to the game in the Flick chat, of course, where I'm going to be joining you guys live throughout the game. So please do join me there. I really do look forward to that. And I think overall, coming into this game, there is some excitement. I think, to be fair, in the weeks to come, we're still hoping to see a bit more of a serious overhaul to the squad than what we've seen so far. I think in the transfer window, we haven't done enough yet, so we're still hoping for a lot more on that front. But I think in general, it'll just be nice there to get back on the pitch, focus back on football, and like I say, we will be hoping to learn a lot more about what Koeman wants from this team. Because the first thing coming into this game that we simply have to look out for is going to be all about the formation that Ronald Koeman is going to play when in charge of Barcelona. Of course, it's been very well documented by now that at the Netherlands national team, when he did very, very well, it was a 4-2-3-1 formation, and everything right now is pointing to a similar sort of setup at Barcelona, and it is going to be fascinating to see early on if he does go straight with that formation. Is he going to try a few? Is he going to have a look at 4-3-3? Or is he going to be very, very set in his ways and stick with that 4-2-3-1? And it's going to be interesting as well because Koeman has already confirmed that we're going to see tomorrow 2 completely separate teams. In the first half, there's going to be a starting 11, and then in the second half, all 11 of those players are going to be changed, and no player will play more than 45 minutes. So it is going to be interesting to see whether we do see, even across those 2 teams, a consistent shape, a consistent way of playing, and whether we can notice any patterns very early on. The second thing, undoubtedly, that we do have to look out for is all going to revolve there around the playing style. All going to revolve around exactly what Koeman is going to try and bring to this team that's different from Quique Setién and that's different from Ernesto Valverde. He's going to need to come in here and actually try to get this team doing something productive, working very, very hard, and of course, being clinical there in the final third. But defensively as well, it's going to be interesting, maybe not tomorrow as such, because you would expect Barcelona against the low Liga opponent here, dominate the ball, to score plenty of goals. You wouldn't expect them to cause us a great deal of problems, but it is still going to be interesting there to observe, is there going to be pressing? What are we going to be like in the build-up? How are Barcelona going to set up there in transition? Are certain players working harder than they have before? It is all going to be interesting, very early days, like I say, but still to observe these fundamental things that Koeman has to bring. Number 3 on the list there is all going to be surrounding new faces at Barcelona. We do have some exciting young talents coming in, and the 2, of course, that we are going to be keeping a very, very close eye on tomorrow, and 2 players that I think we're all very excited for. It's Trincao and it's Pedri. 2 players there who can operate in the wide areas. Pedri as well, he could possibly operate there in a more central role too, maybe even as the number 10 if he gets that chance. But I think both players tomorrow, and in these pre-season games, they've got to make that impact. They've really got to put down there a marker to make Koeman notice them and ultimately work towards getting some serious minutes here in the first team. And I'm so excited about both of them, and I can't wait to see Trincao, Pedri, finally in a Barca shirt. Of course, though, it's not just about the new signings, because number 4 would all be surrounding there the young talent aside from those 2 that are going to be on show against Gimnastic tomorrow. And I'm talking there about the players that we saw trying to break through last season, the likes of Ronald Araujo, of course Ricky Puig, and even the returning Carlos Alenia. I think all of these young players coming in now, it's a clean slate under Ronald Koeman. He hasn't worked under them before, he hasn't seen exactly what they can do very close up, and much like with Trincao and Pedri, the players like Ricky Puig, they've also got to be making that impact. And I think from Koeman early on, I hope that we see him dipping into those younger players. I think there's going to be plenty more involved as well. And it's just a shame, really, that Ansu Fati tomorrow is not going to be one of those who is going to be involved, because certainly there have been rumours that we would have seen him in a number 9 position tomorrow, but sadly he's going to miss the game after picking up there some bruising on his hip in the training session, so he's going to miss this one and possibly could miss Girona as well. So that's a shame there that Ansu Fati is going to be missing, but aside from that, there will still be plenty of young talent on show. Number 5, though, is all about positioning, and this for me, it's actually probably one of the most crucial things that I think early on we can very much look to and say, you know what, that's interesting, because we're going to be looking very specifically there at Antoine Griezmann. What sort of position on the field is he going to take up? Is he going to be there away from that left-hand side, which Koeman did say that he would be? Is he going to be down the middle, or is he going to actually be slightly withdrawn, maybe even there playing as the second striker? That's going to be something very interesting to keep an eye on. You've got Felipe Coutinho. How is he going to fit into this team? How is Koeman going to find a place for somebody who quite clearly, he's already said to Coutinho, you are a part of my plans. So now it's down to Koeman to find a place in the team. And of course, let's not forget Lionel Messi. Messi certainly in this game and against Girona, it is going to be so fascinating to see where Koeman does play him in that potential 4-2-3-1 formation. Is he going to continue out on that right-hand side? Is he going to come central? Is he going to be told there to stay a lot more wide than we've seen him in recent times? Or is he going to be outright given that central number 10 role, advancing in midfield? That is going to be very, very interesting to see. And like I say, we're going to have some big clues on how this team is going to shape up. Last but not least, though, coming in at number 6, it is all about potential departures in this team and what these pre-season games could do for the future of, let's just say, Luis Suarez. Because obviously, ever since Ronald Koeman arrived at the club, he was very, very quick there to get on the phone to Luis Suarez and say, you know what, you're not in my plans. I think it would be best for everybody if you left the club this summer. But here we are now entering that new season. Suarez is still at the club, and we still don't really know what's going to happen there with Suarez. He has been training away from the group. He has been linked there to Juventus and even Atletico Madrid. But even now, there are a few murmurings in the media that potentially he may actually stay at the club. So what's going to be interesting now is on Saturday and against Girona, is he going to be involved? Is he even going to be included in the team to feature in those games? And even more so, if he actually is included, is he going to play? Or are the club here, is Koeman going to make a statement by completely casting Suarez aside and potentially there forcing his hand in terms of a transfer? So not only on the pitch, I think Koeman, we're going to learn a lot here about the way that he wants to play, about the different positions of players out on the field, but also away from the pitch. In terms of transfers, players like Suarez, we could get some very, very big hints over these games to come. And of course, not just there with regard to departures, but also incomings. You will see over these pre-season games potentially glaring holes appearing. You may look at that defence, we may concede a few goals, we may have a few problems, and you might suddenly think then, hang on a minute, we need to go out and sign a defender. Ronald Koeman might think, hang on a minute, I don't really have what I need in that area, and then hopefully that would prompt us to go out and actually get the players that we do need. So it's not all about the good things in pre-season, it's not all about just looking at the positives, looking at the things that we're doing very well, but it's also a time to work out where you need to improve, if you need to bring players in, if you need to strengthen in certain areas, and hopefully over these pre-season games we can learn how we can compete again at the very top. So that right there, guys, is just a few aspects to keep an eye on ahead of our first game under our new coach, Ronald Koeman. Please do let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What are you hoping to see in this particular game? Are there any players there that you're really excited to see how they're going to play in these pre-season games? What are you looking forward to? And of course, I'll be seeing you straight after the game for the match review. Hopefully, it'll be a good game. Hopefully, we will see some encouraging signs. But ultimately, there is plenty of work still to do. No question about that. And I will see you soon to discuss it all right here and on More Talk FCB. And I'll see you in the Flick Chat. But until next time, guys, thank you for watching. Visca El Barça.